Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. I gotta say that for the large part, for most of this episode, this was done very well. I genuinely enjoyed this episode. There was only one part of this episode that was just like a complete and utter waste of time. And I'm gonna start with my favorite part. That's the Spencer and Nicholas scene. Particularly where he blackmails him. And, I love how they did this scene because the way that Spencer kind of like drew it out was really well done. He started saying things directly from the confession. And the look on Nicholas' face was just priceless. Laura's like, yo, what's going on? What's because she's not there trying to be peacekeeper and everything like that. And Nicholas realized he saw the tape. He saw the video. And he puts two and two together because at this point, Spencer's like, yo, you're gonna give up your rights to your child. It's not even gonna get that far. I'm not even gonna sit there and tell the cops. Because Nicholas like, I'm gonna do everything in my power, my resources. He's like, no, it's not even gonna come to that. Because you're just gonna do it willingly. And then when he said what he said, he was like, oh, he was pissed. Okay? He was so angry. He looked at him. He was like, I don't even recognize you anymore. He said some words. It got heated. Laura Smith, they trying to calm everything down. Nicholas walks off. And, Laura tracks him down. It's like, no, you got to sit there and fight for him, But, Nicholas at this point, he's like, I got something to take care of. And, of course, you see later on in the episode, he winds up seeing Ava. Now, Spencer, I guess, is trying to walk around trying to find him, and he runs into Laura. And Laura's like, yo, pretty much like, what's going on? Because, she's not there looking at him, and a couple of times she's like, don't do something you can't take back. She has that look on her face. But I gotta say, as much as I don't like Spencer at times, this was a really good scene. This was a really good scene. I loved how he played it out like he was some sort of, Marvel villain. I loved it. It was great. Liz told Finn everything. I mean, everything from not having an affair to the whole, helping kidnap Esme. And, Finn is shocked by this. He's like, what's going on? Like, he's just befuddled at this whole thing. She's feeling super guilty. And at the end, she's like, I got to do this. She drew it out for a while. But I already knew what she was going to do. What she was going to say. That she was going to turn herself in. But I did laugh a couple of times at some of the hypocrisy that was coming out of her mouth, specifically with Carol coming in there to do her little mind wipe and everything like that. I'm like, bro, that would have solved your whole problems. We wouldn't even be actually having this conversation right now if you just would have let Carolyn do her thing. But no, you gotta sit there and be all, now you gotta sit there and grow a conscience. You should have grew a conscience a couple months back, but okay, boo, you do you. Brooklyn and Chase. Chase, he said it a couple of times, like, listen, after this whole, like, he said he's only doing this up until the review board starts, and then he's done. He's like, I can't help you with as far as taking down Link, get make your songs, which, by the way, I always thought that was pretty stupid. I always thought that was kind of stupid. I understand that her songs mean a lot to her and everything like that, but I'm like, boo, all the stuff that you're doing to get these songs back, I, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of weird. I sit there and I try to see it from her perspective with what I do. You know, if I had some really cool videos that I just really loved, and I couldn't get them back because the rights were taken, and I had to whatever. Couldn't get them back. I couldn't redo them or anything like that. I don't think I would care. I don't think I would honestly care. I think the only way I would care is if I couldn't talk about a specific topic. Like if I gave up my rights to sit there and talk about GH. You talk about all the other soaps, you just can't do GH. Now it's kind of a far stretch because it's not Snitch saying that she can't write another song about love or boyfriend or whatever song she was sitting there, singing and stuff like that. She just can't do those specific songs. I'm trying to put myself in her shoes, and it just doesn't work. He also briefly talked about the relationship, which at this point Brooklyn has more got the hint like yeah, it's not going to happen. Blaze, comes and talks to Chase because Brooklyn just runs off or whatever like a schoolgirl. Um, and is pretty much telling her story about how you can't leave. You've been a really bright spot in this whole thing, and she was going to quit. And Link is just being just. Ugh. I'm not gonna lie, the stuff that he does makes my skin crawl. Okay, it makes my skin crawl. I can't imagine a woman sitting there looking at that. Just looking at that, it just looks kind of foul. And I think any guy that would sit there and watch a scene like that would make them cringe a little bit. But she's like, well, I signed the contract with him, and I can't leave, and it's just once you leave, I'm just gonna be stuck. And you can see, Chase turns around and he sees Link being all handsy with Brooklyn. It's like, how do you? I think the question I always sit there and ask myself whenever I see something like that or hear about something like that, I'm just like, how do you get to that point? Like seriously, how do you get to that point in life where you just come across as a creep? Where the only way you can sit there and get a woman's attention is by some sort of power dynamic, you know? Like Harvey, we'll leave it at that. Like I'm just how do you get to that point? You know? I can't imagine ever I mean granted my mind maybe it's a mindset. My mind just does not actually work that way. Um of course Link is sitting there approaching Brooklyn about the deal, like, hey, listen, you signed this NDA, you prop me up, saying that I'm like the best thing since sliced bread. And you get back your songs. And she didn't sit there and say yes or no yet. But he's pretty much like, yo, time is ticking. Time is ticking. I mean, at the end of the day, she wanted her songs back. I mean, yeah, she wants to take this guy down, but she wants the songs back. So the question is, because she lived with herself, she gets those songs back. What does she have to do to get it? This guy is just going to sit there and do what he did to her to the next girl. I mean, he's already seen that. She's already seen that happen. And the next girl after that, and the next girl after that, and it becomes a Harvey situation. Yeah. Um, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really care about the scenes with Joss and Jason 2.0. I really didn't. All she came over there to do was complain about her life. That was it. From her boyfriend, I mean, from her ex-boyfriend to Willow to to be honest, I was like kind of barely paying attention. Let me take a look at my notes. Oh yeah, and they talked about Brett. So she, was talking about, Survivor's Guild and Cam and how she just handled that very, very, very poorly. Um, and that was about it. That's what she said at the end there was complaining. I knew there was another scene in this episode that I really didn't care for, and the other scene I didn't really care for was Austin and Ava. I know it's supposed to be some sort of chemistry test or whatever. Okay, that's great. But honestly, to tell you the truth, the conversation really didn't go anywhere. She just talked about how she's moving into Windermere and um, talked about Austin's cousin, and that was pretty much about it. I mean, it was. To be honest, it almost felt like the conversation literally just went nowhere, and it wasn't even really interesting until she left, and Mason kept sitting there looking at her, talking on the phone about her. That was pretty much about it. That's about it. I really think of anything else that happened. Um, but like I said, for the most part, they weren't bad scenes. They just didn't really work for me. You know. Um, honestly, to tell you the truth, Ava and I was about to say Rock. Ava and Austin scenes were more forgettable than Joss and Dex. I mean, yeah, I didn't really care for her scenes or their scenes, but at least I could remember what they were. I don't even remember what the conversation was about with those two. But I think that's pretty much about it. I think yeah, that's pretty much about it. All in all, I would say it was a good episode though. I feel like the stuff that worked really outshone the stuff that didn't work. So in my opinion, that's kind of a win when you really think about it. So yeah, I'm gonna sit there and say it was a win. With that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe, and yeah, I will see you in the next video or the next live stream, or if you are a member, the next live stream member. I mean, the next live stream for members only, which is Saturday and Sunday. And when I get some more time, it'll be throughout the week. So if you didn't join. It's a lot of fun. We have a really good group. And yeah. But for all my members that did join, I really appreciate you so much. And I couldn't do this without you. So thank you. That being said, I'm going to go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe. And I will see you in the next video.